What's goody? It's your host Jay Rose and Stoley. We stole game one on Minnesota home floor. I'm dumb hype about that. Driving fast like I'm whipping a Stoley. Smoke gas, that's you and your homie. 2 or 3 bullets, I'm feeling like MJ. 24 bullets, I'm feeling like Kobe. Use my entire intro time freestyling, so let's just get into it.
Over 90% of the people that watch my content are not subscribed, so if you're messing with the videos, please hit that sub button and the noti bell so you'll get notified every time I upload. But let's get back to the hoops.
All right, last night was a super close contested game the entire way through. I think the T-Wolves won the first quarter, and then 2 through 4 it was very up and down, but Dallas ended up winning all of those quarters. We ended up winning 108-105. Not Dallas's best performance and not Minnesota's best performance either, but I think that's what made this game even more interesting. Both teams had to find ways to really get points other than what they usually do, because it was just a very weird game for both teams. If we look at Dallas here, we could not hit a 3 the entire game. As you can see, we hit 6 threes the entire game. 2 for 8 from PJ Washington, 0 for 2 from Derrick Jones Jr., 0 for 3 from Kyrie, 3 for 10 from Luka, and then 1 for 2 from Jalen Green. So yeah, that's 6 for 25 from 3, 24%. And I would just like to make that a focal point because I love how the bar changes every time we win. I like when Luka and Kyrie have a tame game and PJ Washington or Derrick Jones Jr. or D-Live steps up and we win the game. It's like, oh, the role players aren't going to do that again. And then when Luka and Kyrie win us the game, it's like, oh, but y'all needed to get 63 to win the... Come on, bro. It's basketball. Things are going to happen. Sometimes my star players got to do that in order for us to win. And even then, Luka did not have a great game. 12 for 26 is not a great Luka game. It's not. I'm glad he shot 6 for 7 from the free throw line. He has been struggling from the free throw line in a couple of these games. So I am happy to see that our free throw percentage is 16 for 17, 94%. That's awesome. And that's going to make a lot of a difference when we look at the T-Wolves side because they missed a ton of free throws. But either way, as a team, in the paint, we shot super well. As you can see, we didn't really take much threes after a certain point because it was like we're not hitting them. I think it was Stan Van Gundy who said this. They were running us off the three-point line. The Minnesota Timberwolves were not running anything off the three-point line. All these PJ Washington shots were open. There was a bunch of open Luka shots. Kyrie literally was taking wide open pull-up dribble jump shots and missing. So I don't think that has much to do with Minnesota and has a lot to do with us. That being said, I would like to highlight my stars. Kyrie, 30, and he had a great game. 12 for 23, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Obviously, he didn't hit a three-pointer, but he had 5 boards, 4 assists. Very complete game from Kyrie. He came out swinging. I'm glad he didn't come out passive. I'm tired of Kyrie doing that. I want Kyrie to be a scorer, and he came out and did that tonight. If he doesn't do that, we most likely lose this game. Luka was super closing out the game. That was a major closeout. Just everything was falling. He was making the right reads. He got 2 clutch steals down the end of the game. I think somebody was running almost out of bounds. They tried to get a dime inside the paint, and then Luka took it, ran down the court. We got an easy fast break bucket, and then somebody tried to throw a lob to Rudy Gobert. Luka rise up. Give me that. 2 big stops down the stretch. Luka's defense tonight was amazing, even though his shooting percentage wasn't there. I would like to turn to the T-Wolves now because the T-Wolves did end up losing this game, but I think they had some key contributions even though their stars did not play the best. And I think this was a tale of 2 different teams because I think the Maverick stars showed out and their role players were kind of lackluster. And the role players here did a great job today for the T-Wolves, and the stars were kind of lackluster. If you look at Jaden McDaniels, 24 points, 6 for 9 from 3. He was killing me, dude. Every time he caught the rock, it was a 3 cash. It was so annoying. 6 threes is super crazy. I think maybe 4 of these were in the first half, but either way, 9 for 15. He gave you 24 points. I wasn't really noticing him too much on defense, and I thought that would have been a problem. Jaden McDaniels is a great defender, and I'm sure they're going to put him in a position to do better next game, but Luka is not Jamal Murray. Kyrie is not Jamal Murray. It's going to be a lot harder to guard these guys. Luka is a lot bigger and stronger than Jamal Murray is, and Kyrie is just a lot shiftier. Not to say Jamal Murray is an easy task or anything like that, but I'm just saying Jaden McDaniels definitely has his work cut out for him in this series. And then I want to talk about Anthony Edwards and what he said. Anthony Edwards said that this team was tired and they came out flat. I think he was tired and he came out flat. And actually, I don't fully believe that either. What it looks like what happened was that he didn't really come out aggressive because his team was going ham. Like I said, Jaden McDaniels was literally shooting the lights out. Kyle Anderson came in early, gave them a bunch of buckets. He gave them like 7 in a row, ended up with 11 points. So I'm just saying, I think his team came off to a really hot start, so he didn't have to go hard. And he was going hard on defense. Running around chasing Kyrie, Andrew Irving all game, who also happens to be scoring very frequently, is not an easy task. I think he got tired, but I don't think the team was tired. Karl Anthony Towns was making huge plays. I think his jumper just wasn't hitting tonight. I think he was just very out of rhythm. 6 for 20. Obviously not very good, but down the stretch, especially in the fourth quarter, he was really doing it to us. I think he had like 7 straight. He had a lob to Gobert that was really cool. He hit a huge 3. It was super far from the 3-point line. He just caught it with confidence, shot it. I was like, damn. It was great fourth quarter from Karl Anthony Towns, even though he didn't have a great game. But you saw him getting put back dunks. You saw him going for rebounds really hard, even though he only got 7. His defense looked very attentive compared to, you know what I'm saying, what I usually would expect from Karl Anthony Towns. I don't think they came out flat as a team. I think in terms of an energy standpoint, I think Ant got gassed 100%. I think Ant got tired, especially towards the latter half of the game. But that's honestly where he scored most of his buckets, even though he was really cold tonight. 6 for 16, 5 for 12 from 3 is not that bad. But you know what I'm saying, even when Ant is not scoring, he's making sure he's doing something on the floor. So I do find it hard to believe that you were gassed, you were super tired with 19, 2 steals, 8 assists, and 11 rebounds. I do think that him having to guard Kyrie Irving did affect his offensive game. I think he got a lot more gassed way quicker than we would usually expect from Anthony Edwards. It looked like there was something wrong with him. I think Stan Van Gundy said something like that in the fourth quarter. He just wasn't moving like his normal self. And I do think that was due to fatigue. I don't think it was because they went through a game 7 and came into this game. I don't think that really had too much to do with this, to be completely honest with you. As a team, in the paint, they didn't shoot very well. From 3, they were literally dotting us up. 6 for 9. Not a good shooting night from Cat. Not a good shooting night from Conley. We got 5 for 12 from Anthony Edwards, though. 1 for 3 from Kyle Anderson, which is super annoying. Kyle Anderson hitting 3s. 3 for 6 from Naz Reid. And then a couple of guys did bring it down. Obviously, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, super cold. Mike Conley, super cold. Cat, super cold. But overall, from 3, they were literally killing us. Their free throws got to go down. Mike Conley missed a super clutch free throw. And that kind of put the game away for us. And I think he had to miss the other one on purpose. So there was that. Naz Reid, 2 for 4. We got Rudy Gobert, 4 for 6. So those are free throws that y'all could have had that could have won you this game. You only lost by 3 points, so it was very feasible that you could have won this game if you just make a couple free throws. But yeah, regardless, I think this was a great game, very gritty game. I'm glad that Dallas came out of this game. I feel like taking games on the road, especially to start off the series, are very important. And we've done that in all of these past series. I think we have the most wins on the road in the playoffs so far with 5. So I'm very proud of this team and what we've been able to accomplish. I'm very glad that we came out and we struck first, because that's very important. I already told y'all what was going to happen. The narrative switches are going to be crazy if we end up going up big in this series. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, though. It's only game 1. We're up 1-0. Hopefully we can go into Minnesota and take another one. I really do think if our role players played better, that we can actually realistically take game 2. If Luka comes out and he can be slightly more efficient. And Kyrie, I'm not expecting him to have a supernova again, but it's very possible. And if PJ Washington can hit some open 3s, if Josh Green can hit some open 3s, if DJJ can hit some open 3s, if Daniel Gafford cannot miss some lays, because Daniel Gafford missed about 3-4 lays last night, I think we come out of this series. I really do. If we go up 2-0, it's going to be very hard for them to come back. I'm not saying it's impossible. We just saw what they did to the Nuggets. Nothing's impossible, especially with this T-Wolves team. They're very young, gritty, determined, and Cat and AE, they don't really seem to be shaken by this at all, and they shouldn't be. So I'm expecting them to come back next game and swing at us 100%. But I think we have the firepower. I think we have the personnel, and we definitely got the star power. So next game, Dallas. I'm expecting another win. I'm absolutely expecting another win. Am I saying that's 100%? Absolutely not, but I'm expecting another win. And I'm very happy we got game 1. Regardless of if we win the next one or not, we stole home court, and all we got to do is take care of business on our home floor, and we win this. So, with that being said, I'm going to catch you on the next one.